Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Reddit D Rose report. I got a new channel. The other one got taken off because I guess I had a couple of copyrighted clips on there that I didn't know they were copyrighted, and I would never put them on there, but apparently they were. Somebody complained, so here I am. But I mean, I put too much regular clips over there on the other deal, other than myself. But let me get you some news out anyway. You might be more interested in that than anything. WWE diva Maurice has had dental work done, and some of her teeth, I guess, were broken. She's not expected to miss any time, but I tell you what, I've never noticed her teeth at all. And this is really odd, especially with Linda McMahon being on the board and running for Senate. But WWE on March 1st edition of Raw is going to have the co-host, I'm saying co-host because there's two, is going to be Cheech and Chong. It might be pretty good. Be kind of unique, I guess. But they were here in Indianapolis for a while. They're touring all around the United States right now. Again, I think on their second tour, but they got a DVD coming out too. Anyway, Linda, ex-wife of Hulk Hogan, she's reached a confidential settlement with the family of John Graziano, who was seriously injured in a car wreck involving Nick Hogan back in 2007. Graziano family, George Tragos, told Florida's St. Petersburg Times that Linda is obviously in a different position than everyone else. She in California at the time of the accident, and she did not sign for Nick's driver's license as Terry did, or Hulk. So she's in a different legal position. So I guess they're not going to go after her for money. Hogan, she went after Hogan for money. It wasn't even in a car wreck. So we'll see what goes on there. Alright, following is a sort of a spoiler for tonight's SmackDown. Not really, but it's Batista taking on Finlay, Dolph Ziggler taking on Jimmy Wang Yang, John Morrison, R-Truth taking on Drew McIntyre, Chris Jericho, Mike Knox, and Charlie Haas taking on Crime Time, Great Khali, Matt Hardy taking on the Hart Foundation, and Rey Mysterio calls out The Undertaker. Whew. Why? As noted before, I told you on the other channel, Awesome Kong has gave her notice to TNA this past Tuesday, and now it looks like Awesome's or Kong's friend, good friend, and fellow knockout Alicia Flash is leaving also. I hate to see her go too. I hate to see Awesome. TNA needs to keep their knockouts in check because. Believe it or not, that's the most viewed part of the whole show. Not my opinion, it's just, by ratings it is. Word is that Alicia, or Melissa Anderson, requested her release from the company, and there are rumors, besides Kong and Anderson, requesting their releases, but nothing else confirmed, but there's others wanting to go. Well, something's bad going on there. I tell you what, I watched the pay-per-view over the weekend. I mean, that was last Sunday. I watched it today. And that was the slowest pay-per-view I've ever seen. The wrestlers on it were slow. Even AJ Styles and Kurt Angle's match was just slow, real predictable. You knew what they were going to do ahead of time. And so much talking in the back, the crowds finally started yelling, "We want wrestling." And that's why they're trying to get the crowd calmed down, because they want wrestling, and apparently they'd rather talk. And the acting has gotten awful too. Former WCW World Champion Diamond Dallas Page will be appearing as a workout coach for actress Carney Anderson on her new GSN reality show called Carney Wilson Unstable, which I think she had bariatric surgery. Now apparently I don't know whether they went back in and unstapled, but maybe that's what it's about. Boogeyman's now accepting bookings through Fred's bait shop, it looks like. Nah, I'm just joking. Anyway, Boogeyman's accepting billings through and bookings through Bill Bierman, or Bierns, at showbiz@AOL.com. Anyway, this week's episode of Sci-Fi on ECW, or the other way around, 0.9, which is usually what it is. And WWE superstar Jamie Noble, he's got a storyline, about him retiring and stuff, but after the attack from Sheamus, but he's going to be working down at FCW with Justin Angel, a developmental wrestler down there in Melbourne, Florida. Noble remains employed by WWE as an agent. But he's still there. He might have to come out sometime and break up a fight. You never know. He's kind of small for that. Booker T, in a recent interview between the Ropes radio show, said he's going to go to California and try his hand at acting. Should try all of it at acting. But he said, I won't be working for WWE or TNA in quite a while, so, you know, shed our tears and get along. The AAA promotion out of Mexico has an animated movie coming out in the country on January 22nd. The hope is to do a sequel and spin-off of an animated TV show from a movie. AAA's video game is going to be released. The release date's been pushed back to June of this year, but they never said the name of the show that they're talking about, the animated show. In a press release, what have I got here? 5 minutes? Okay. In a press release sent out yesterday announcing that WWE Mickie James is now an official member of the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, or ASCAP. The organization tracks, protects artists' royalty and compensations. The press release noted that Mickie's first album is almost completed, and she wrote several of the songs, I guess. Album is expected to be completed this week, with the first single hitting the radio in February. I suspect she's going to use her Mickie James name. WWE superstar Shad Gaspar of Crime Time recently wrote the following on his Twitter account about trying out for a movie. He said, today I auditioned for the new movie Conan the Barbarian movie for a part of Yufka, U-K-A-F-A. If I get it, it'll be a dream come true. PWI Insider says, here's a few of the highlights from Hulk Hogan's appearance on Bubba Love's show yesterday. Hogan wants to end TNA house shows until TV situation comes together, which may mean forever. Hogan wants to end TNA, well, I already said that. He wants to stop repeating things. Hogan said he has no plans to bringing in only his friends to TNA. Bubba also called Awesome Kong a bitch when talking about the earlier incident in the week. Hogan played it off as being on a menstrual cycle. Hogan said he'd been putting over Ric Flair, saying he was really on his game once he got rolling with AJ Styles. Flair didn't look too much into it myself. I don't know, and maybe it's just me. Hogan said his focus on TNA's was showing everyone how the business works. Well, the business needs to make some money, and I hope they do. I really like TNA, but that pay-per-view, I think, was about the worst I've ever seen. At least one element of skepticism regarding Hulk Hogan's commitment to nonstop wrestling was put to bed this week as a wrestling legend attending the pay-per-view and all subsequent TV tapings. According to ProWrestling.net, Hogan maintains his own dressing room at the shows, but did make an effort to mingle with some of the rest of the talent backstage. Oh, no. Thank you. While Hogan was not as hands-on as Eric Bischoff was, Insider said somewhat relieved that, at least as far as the short-term is confirmed, that Hogan made sure to keep visible profile at 4 consecutive, TNA house shows. Which is good. Former Wonder Years star Jason Hervey, who is Eric Bischoff's production partner, has also been a regular backstage since Bischoff got involved in the promotion. New TNA star Ken Anderson wrote the following on his Twitter page regarding his recent reports about his status with the company. He says, I guess that those 6 copies of paperwork that my manager, agent, lawyer, and TNA officials toiled over for about a month and I signed overnight were contracts. Although they were, I thought I had signed 1-year deal. But, again, what the hell do I know? That's my line. Edge's rehab from the Achilles tendon's on schedule, so yeah, I'm getting close to 10 minutes. So thanks for checking on in on the new program on the channel. I'll try and keep myself clean this time. No copyrights. Thanks. I gotta go.